Hey folks, welcome back. Alright, so it's time for the final fight. Now, honestly guys, I don't really like doing this because it's bittersweet. You know, you get the guy dead and then the game's over and the fun is ended. So normally when I went, through a playthrough and everything else was done, got all the shrines done, there's literally nothing else to do, and I would get to this point, I'd have a decision to make. Okay, do I kill the bad guys or do I just restart the game and do it all over again? And 99 times out of 100, I would choose restart the game and do it all over again. Again, just because I feel like this fight is just kind of sad, and I don't like the fact that the adventure is over. Okay, but that being said, I understand some of y'all out there, are having trouble with this. It is a tough fight, mainly because the game doesn't exactly make it clear what it wants you to do. And it just gets super frustrating, and you want to throw your controller at the wall because you just can't figure out what it is they want you to do. Alright folks, so enough babbling. Now, some preparatory notes. If you're just now joining my channel and you're new to my videos, welcome. My mantra is arm up, suit up, and eat up. Alright guys, now Calamity Ganon is considered a guardian. So that being said, the smartest weapon of choice is going to be a guardian weapon. Now, I know the game, talks an awful lot about the Master Sword and the power that seals the darkness or whatever. Honestly, it's a second-rate weapon compared to the Guardian stuff. So, what this is doing now is this is already attack power upped, which is awesome. And you can find these throughout Hyrule in major test of strength shrines. But anyway, that weapon is doing a 50% attack power bonus to any Guardian-based enemy. So, Calamity Ganon is considered a Guardian. So, in other words, this weapon right here, there's an automatic 50% attack power bump just for that simple fact. I'm matching the weapon to the enemy. Okay, on top of that, you can also suit up Ancient Proficiency. Now all of this stacks, guys, so in addition to that 50% bump, the Ancient Proficiency is also doing an 80% attack power boost to this weapon. If you want to make it even, crazier, you can eat an attack power meal on top of that. A good long-lasting high-level there one will do you right. And that's another 50% attack power boost to that weapon. So, in your mind, you can already imagine this thing's pushing out quite a lot of damage. Now, arm up, suit up, and eat up. In addition, I like my best of the best, guys. It's the final fight, so you don't have to worry about, trashing your weapons in here. There's no point in worrying about that at this point. So, yeah, best of the best, guys. Boom, boom. And, shield really doesn't matter. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I got the food going, the suit going. Now, if you don't have Ancient Proficiency, guys, the next best thing is probably going to be the bone system. But you're going to see it's a night and day difference. You're pumping out so much more damage with that Ancient Battle Axe. So, you can do it the other way, or, you can do it with the Master Sword, or, any other weapon, really. Just keep in mind, you're going to be hacking them away, a lot longer. This really is the quickest way to get them dead. Now, it's kind of scary in here. The music's pumping, your heart's pumping, He's shooting all these crazy attacks at you, but if you can remember, there is nothing he can dish out at you that you haven't already seen before. That should help put your mind at ease a little bit. So, he'll be doing all the attacks from all the other Divine Beast, enemies. So the spear will come at you from the Water Ganon. The pea shooter thing from the Wind Ganon will come spitting out at you. And even the Guardians, even that thing is going to come out at you. But with that laser specifically, if you can remember to run toward and at an angle, that thing will miss you every time. So run toward it and at an angle, and it'll go right past you. All the other attacks you can pretty much just dodge by running, to one side or the other, and it should miss you, pretty clearly that way. And if it doesn't, guys, this armor's pretty beefy, so, it'll pretty much be doing minimal damage the whole time anyway. The couple of attacks I really want to talk about that are key. Notice I only have 2 Daruk's protections. I'm going to save my Daruk's protection for a very specific attack. Actually, 2 very specific attacks. One is going to be like a flame ball that's going to come kind of floating down toward you kind of slowly. So you'll have time to kind of see it coming and, get ready for it. But if you Daruk's protection that thing when it goes to blow up, that will shoot back at him and unshield him, and you'll be able to go in there and wail on him. The other thing that will unshield him is going to be that laser attack. So again, I'll Dirk's Protection that. It'll fly back at him and unbreak his shield that way. Now, be careful. He has to be on the ground for that one. So if he's climbing around on the walls and that laser beam is coming at you, yeah, you can Dirk's Protection it and it'll deflect it, but chances are it won't hit him. It'll miss like 9 times out of 10. So really, for that one specifically, I like to wait for him to be on the floor at my level, and then when he shoots that laser beam, I'll deflect it back at him with my Dirk's Protection. Okay, so now, initially, he won't be shielded up. He kind of turns gold at some point, and that's his shield. And again, the game doesn't make that very clear, so you're probably shooting at him, trying to hit him, and nothing's happening, that's why. The only thing that I know to crack that shield is deflecting either his laser beam or that flame ball, that slow-moving flame ball. Now, this is going to be a very, very fast-paced fight. I'm going to try to slow it way down and not go in there and kill him right away. Hopefully I can get him to do several attack patterns, and that should help you guys out a little bit.
Now my moment is finally.
Alright guys, I'm skipping all the cutscene stuff, but I do recommend, especially on your first, playthrough in this area, watch them all. They are actually pretty cool. Okay, so now, that only took 2 hearts, you notice I took a direct hit from that. Now here's that laser beam run toward him and at an angle, and he'll miss every time. Now notice he's not shielded here. He's just, his happy-go-lucky self, there's no golden armor on. Now that flame attack, that's crucial. See how it kind of spits things out your direction? Sometimes it's at a fan, sometimes it's straight at you in a single. But that's important because you notice the updrafts. So he's walking around on the wall right now. So what I'm going to do is just kind of keep dodging his attacks. And ooh, that one got me. But again, minimal damage, guys. As long as you got decent armor on, it's really, really low threat here. Even though, like I said, it's big and scary and, it's the final fight. If you can just remember, it's all kind of mosquito bites. It should kind of put your minds at ease a little bit. This one's pretty tough to dodge, I'm not going to lie. Just because of the velocity. So you're going to want to have some, distance between you and him for that one. Okay, so now, while he doesn't have his shield on, I'm going to wait for the flame attack. I want him to swing that flame blade at me so I can get that updraft. And honestly, you really don't even have to do that. I can actually just go in here and drill him with the bow and arrow if I wanted. In fact, I might do that if he's not going to cooperate here long enough. Yeah, this is kind of going on a while here. Normally, right when you start the fight, he almost always starts with that flame blade. So what I would normally do is just catch that very first updraft immediately and go to town. Okay, now don't walk into the flames because that will damage you. But notice, I got an updraft there. Uh-oh. I think he's trying to climb back on the wall there. Now, it should only take 5 Savage Lino bow shots. But he's kind of far away from me. So I wasn't really getting those close-in headshots like I would be, say, if I was doing it right in his face like this. So if you're right in his face like this, it should only take 5 headshots. Okay, so at some point you're going to get him low enough, this is going to happen. And honestly, this is when that shield kicks in that I was talking about, and it's kind of tough to do anything. In fact, I'll demonstrate that. You can catch an updraft, but you're just going to waste your arrows here. There's nothing you can do right now. It's just, completely immune to your attacks. But now, since he's on the ground level with me, Dirk's Protection, guys, notice. Bam, bam. Now, see this fat part on his leg? These cannons? That hits him, and his body hits him. Okay, now notice how fast he died there. So every time I swung that battle axe around in one revolution, part of it would hit the body, then part of it would swing back around and hit the leg. So basically I was hitting him 2 times and damaging him 2 different times every time that weapon was going around in a circle. Okay, now again, if he's climbing around on a wall, that Druid's Protection will not deflect that thing back at him and hit him like you want it to. I mean, it will sometimes, but most of the time it's going to miss. So really, the ideal thing is to wait for him to get back on the ground. Now, I actually didn't mean to go in there and kill him. I wanted him to do that real slow-moving fireball thing. You know, I was going to demonstrate that too. But guys, it's the same thing. As soon as, you know, you block that with your Druid's Protection, whenever it lands on the ground, it's going to kind of explode into a blast radius. So you have to be kind of close to it when it does, but have that Druid's Protection out, and that will also, you know, knock his shield off, and you can go in there and wail on him. And that'll teleport you to the field, and you're going to pick up a light bow. Now guys, the very first thing you need to do is equip that light bow. Because I can't tell you how many times I've come here, and, you know, I start getting in real good position, and I start taking shots at him, and nothing's happening. Once again, the game's not real clear here what it wants you to do. Long story short, he's gonna be immune to all of your attacks except for that light arrow. So what's going to happen now is he's going to have 6 hit points. 3 on either side of his body, and then 1 under his belly. So 7 altogether. Now Zelda's going to open up those attack points for you here momentarily. So you're going to, you know, go ahead and get in position here. You're going to want to be up alongside of him. And guys, remember, if you're new to my videos, you probably don't know this, but you can jump off the horse with the X button, and you're going to get a ton of time in the air. So just take your time. You know, those 3 wheels of stamina really... Okay, I can't even see that one. Those 3 wheels of stamina really come into play here. That's going to give you a ton of time in the air. Okay, so as you can see, pretty simple, pretty straightforward there. Just, you know, go ahead and shoot those 3 spots with your light arrows, and if they're not doing anything, you know, if you're shooting at them and nothing's happening, they're not, you know, getting destroyed. Try repositioning, you know, either get back on your horse or run, and find another spot there to shoot your arrows from, and that usually fixes the problem. Alright guys, so now, you know, keeping in mind there's going to be 3 more on the other side of him. I'm just kind of getting pre-positioned here. Now at some point he might spin around, that's okay, just get yourself, you know, in a position. And once again, jump off the horse, get that time in the air, folks. Line your shots up. And you're aiming for his body. That's also kind of deceiving. You know, if you're there like I was, you know, don't aim at the thing out in the air. Aim for that yellow spot on his actual body. Okay, where did my horse go? No mini-map here, which kind of throws me off. Okay, so now 1 more is going to open up under his belly. And again, he might spin around, and that's okay. Just kind of keep riding around him. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Okay, there he goes. So same type of deal, folks. I'm going to ride right in there. Aim right for that spot on the body. No, he's not done because there's... That's right. Okay, so I did successfully hit all the 7 spots. Now this final shot, guys, see that? Those shutters on top of his head, they were kind of closed and glowing there for a while. And then, you know, that eyeball finally opened up and came out. So you can't anticipate that too much. You've got to wait for that eyeball, guys. But, you know, as you can see, it stayed open for a good long while there. So it's not like, you know, a super scary scenario where you just have a real short window. You got to get it done fast. This one's better to just take your time. As soon as those shutters kind of start glowing, wait a little longer. Wait for them to fully open up. And wait for that eyeball to be completely and fully exposed. Plug him with your final arrow, and that's ball game, folks. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I really hope that helps you all out. Again, I just don't really like the fight. So I am sorry that it took me so long to get this video done, but again, I just don't like it. So, but you know, at the same time, I understand you folks out there that want to kill him at least once, you know, go through the experience. It is fun. The cutscenes, I skipped through all of them, but, you know, again, if you're doing it for the first time, watch all those cutscenes. It's a pretty cool little side of the final fight here. So, guys, if you're new to my videos, you know, welcome and thank you for watching. And I'd like to invite you at this time to go back through my entire BOTW walkthrough. I guarantee you've never played the game quite like this before, and it's quite a ride. If you've, been through all my videos and you've stuck with me this whole time, guys, thank you so much for sticking with. I can't even tell you the gratitude I have for that, especially me taking a 5-year break there for, personal reasons. But you guys stuck with me anyway. You put the time into watching. You followed the walkthrough. You gave me great comments, great feedback. Thank you so much for all the love. Just thank you, guys. I can't stress my appreciation enough. I know it's kind of the end of the game here, and it's kind of sad. Just like I said, the adventure's over, and I need to get the Kleenex out now and wipe my tears and blow my nose. But, it's not over. There is Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I didn't like the game at very first glance because it was the same map. But honestly, I had to get into it a little bit. I had to learn. It is a different game. And I kind of had to learn the different game in order to really be able to get into it and find enjoyment out of it. But if I'm being honest, I have found that, and I'm as much into it, every bit as much as I was into Breath of the Wild. It's just, it doesn't quite have that new car smell is all. So if you can get past that part of it, it'll really be a fun game. So I'm already making videos for that, and I'd like to invite you all to join me on that adventure as well. Alright folks, again, thank you so very much for everything. Really enjoyed doing the videos. I enjoyed having your company, especially in the comments. On that note, please take a minute to comment here on this particular video. Share your thoughts about the video, the final fight here. But I'd also like to hear your thoughts about the entire walkthrough from start to finish. Alright folks, again, thanks so much. Best of luck. Hope that helps, and happy hunting.